about your silly concert.
Oh, Blanche, I'm sorry. What can we do for you?
Nothing. I decided I have to do it myself. Since the dean was no help whatever, I've decided the only one who can help me is me. Oh, I'm going to show that Professor Cooper something. Now, if you will excuse me, ladies, I have some tall studying to do. Only first, I think, as a reward for working... Well, sort of.
Well, then that's that. Lillian's problems are solved. Isn't this terrific?
Terrific? Ma, this is wonderful. I mean, this is a real happy ending. So, how come I don't feel all that happy?
Anyway, when Charlie told them that we were going to get married, they forbade it. They said they'd disown him if he married a Kurt
Kleckner by him.
Right. And he'd lose his share of the family tile grout fortune. He didn't care. He told them...
Drop by.
Well, it's lucky you caught me. I mean, in the evening, I'm usually out with Liz and Steph and the rest of the beach crowd.
Then everything's working out?
I'll be honest with you.
Yes.
It is a dream come true.
Great. Great. That's just great.
Yep.
Rose, look.
It's got his schnoz down her blouse. This begins a beautiful love affair. Kids, I was that peasant girl. And the schnoz was Charles the Mole.
Charles the Mole?
Yeah, Charles the Mole. He was the real man. But he asked me about Frank Sinatra.
We were asking Rose why she's nervous about seeing her daughter.
Then try to stay on the subject. Why are you nervous, Rose?
Well, I'm nervous because I made Kirsten executor of my will, and I have to go over the documents with her.
Well, honey, she's a big girl. I mean, this may not be the most pleasant conversation you two will have.
Horowitz anyway. I want someone to arrest David Hoffman's dentist.
Oh, Rose, honey, I have a date. Do you plan to use your silver bangle bracelet tonight?
I plan to spend the evening reorganizing my recipe file.
Oh, are you going to dress for the occasion, or can I borrow the bracelet?
All yours.
Thank you.
Rose, honey, I have a date tonight, so I'm borrowing your pearl. It's time. No, you can't put it in brownies. I said no reefers, okay? Goodbye.
You know, Sophia, the problems you're having at work remind me of something that happened back in St. Olaf.
Please, dust reminds you of something back at...
I'm not going to let you do this. Blanche is in a very fragile state up there. I'll be damned if I'm going to let you treat her like a common criminal.
Dorothy, it's all right. I'm coming down.
Blanche, you're out.
Blanche, what happened? What changed your mind?
Grammy came. She told me it was time.
Are you okay, honey?
Obviously, the scale is broken.
I'm not surprised after that kind of punishment.
All right, Rose, you think you're so tiny? Why don't you get weighed?
Oh, I don't need to, Dorothy. I never gain weight.
Show us, Rose.
Well, okay, but I can promise you I weigh exactly the same as I did on my wedding day.
No, I can still manage the alimony payments.
No, that was not my question. I was wondering if possibly we could discuss this maybe tomorrow. You see, I have plans to go out this
Dorothy,
evening.
please. I'm afraid to be alone tonight. My world is crumbling around me. I'm at my wit's end. I don't know what I might do.
Oh, I do. You'll watch an old Barnaby Jones, eat a half-gallon.
Missed her so much. She's always been my favorite.
I tell you, it sure makes me appreciate the special relationship I have with my daughter. Pussycat.
Yes, Ma.
Dial your sister for me. I never remember the area code.
To the concert so I'd realize what I've been missing? How stupid I've been?
Now will you go in and get a hearing aid?
You're too late, Ma. I already did. I'm wearing one now.
You got it? Well, that's wonderful.
Terrific, honey.
And the great thing is you can't even see it.
Oh, you're beautiful. I told you, to me, you've always had the elegance of a young Lauren Booker.
You were asleep.
You never know.
You girls shouldn't sit out here in the sun.
Blanche, we've been so worried about you.
I know.
Oh, I'm so glad you're out.
I'm sorry if I worried you.
Oh, sweetheart, how are you?
I'm okay.
I'm stuck.
Yeah, being started.
No, I'm stuck on the gum somebody left on this bench. Okay, now you just give me your honest reactions when people go by. That's how I'll tell.
Okay.
Here comes one. Go. No, too thin.
Many times.
You did?
You didn't?
No. Oh, it was nice. I mean, being near Charlie was nice. But it was 5 years before I knew what made your eyes go back in your head.
My heart! My heart! Everything is going black. I'm coming to you, Sally.
Ma! Oh, God! Oh, God! Oh, God, hang on, Ma! Oh, please, please hang on!
All right, but you have to do me a favor.
To the moon, Ma! If you wanted a favor, you could just ask.
There are only two things I look forward to each. Squeeze the bird. His eyes will bug out.
And Mr. Pet Shop owner gets very huffy and he won't let you touch the birds anymore. And the mice, he won't even let you go home with the mice.
Name into this. Move. Move, Holly, let's go. Move it. Come on.
Cannot believe it. Arrested. I've never been in jail in my entire life. Relax, honey. I just hate violent movies.
It's like watching an autopsy.
Is this seat taken? Did I miss the part where
I could just kiss you.
Not until we locate a toothbrush, okay?
Well, it is high time something went right on the strip.
Now all we have to do is figure out a way to get to the studio.
We can always walk. It's only 39 blocks. If we start right now, we can still get there in time.
I have a better...
Come on, Blanche. You've landed on your back more than...
The American Gladiators.
You just watch your mouth, Rose. I may be a social person, but I am certainly discerning.
Discerning? Blanche, you've been under more...
Rose, a very large, expensive mistake.
Hello there.
Oh, hi. How did it go? Is your lizard still alive?
He just loved me. But then, of course, he would. I'm sophisticated, worldly, glamorous. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe he's just too down to earth and nice and decent for me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Sweetie pie, all the day and night time, hear me sigh.
Oh, Stanley Zbornak, I don't believe that you're trying to charm me.
Is it working?
I don't think so.
Then you leave me no choice. I'll have to pull out the big gun.
You're wasting your time, Stanley. I'm from...
How did you know you weren't?
Maybe it was all those huck if you've had Blanche bumper stickers.
I wish I knew what to do.
Oh, I could settle that thing with Miles in 1 minute.
Grandma Moses.
Hey, how would you like me to fix your face so the two of you don't look like twins anymore?
Sophia, this is Dorothy's mother. Dorothy's the roommate who'll be joining us tonight.
Hello, everybody. I'm sorry I kept you waiting.
Dorothy, this is Rob, and this is his brother Bob.
I swear I have seen you somewhere before. Oh, there!
Stop. So what are you going to say?
I don't know. I just want to say a few words to give the man some dignity and show him a little respect.
Ready?
To run with the bulls in Pamplona. Familiar with the big gun.
Here goes. Embrace me, my sweet embraceable you. Embrace me, you.
I don't want to talk about it. Oh, how could George betray me this way? Damn it, those wedding vows were sacred to me. Well, they must have been. I turned down hundreds, thousands. Of course it's our business. We're friends, we're roommates. I have no secrets from you. My whole life is an open book.
Your whole life is an open blouse.
couldn't. I think they're going to finish it.
Your own, Miles. Order your own.
Good evening. Have the two of you decided yet?
Yes, the lady will be having the 1850.
The trousers. Just the bottoms.
Well, Rose, I'm afraid he may start playing around on you.
Wait a minute. None of this proves that Miles is even thinking of cheating on Rose.
You're absolutely right, Dorothy. And that is why I have hired a detective to follow Miles and find out for sure. Happy birthday, honey.
Talking to me all day long. And she never listens to me. Do you know what it's like to be totally ignored?
So how was your day, Rose?
The truth is, she's a sweet girl looking for a friend. And we do have a common bond. She used to be a newscaster, and now she's just an assistant like me.
Store into Ladies Petite and says, excuse me, miss, but I notice you've been having a hard time deciding between the turquoise strapless and the flaming red backless. Well, personally, I would like to see you in the backless. And I said, when? And he said, how about Saturday night? And I said, how about in your dreams, sleazo?
Hello? No, we don't have a car for sale. No, you must have the wrong number.
Is it a man or a woman?
No, it's a woman interested in a Mercedes.
Sorry, the car's been sold.
Gosh, what is this all about?
I have figured out the most wonderful way to meet men. Only thing I recognized in there was studs. This isn't gonna work.
Beh, no.
Listen, it's impossibile.
Sì, è impossibile. Ho capito. Ma sapete cosa voglio fare? Voglio portare io una squadra di uomini per lavorare qui a spese mie,
Vincenzo has... I just love weddings. Oh, me too.
You think you'll ever get married again?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think so.
Me neither. How about you, Blanche?
Oh, absolutely. If the right man ever came along, of course he'd have to have the body of a Mr. Mel Gibson, the personality of a Mr. Johnny Carson, and the financial resources of Mr.
Left it open on the kitchen table. I was 20 pages in before I realized it wasn't a Sidney Sheldon novel.
Rose Nyland, I want you out of my house this instant. Oh, well, Rose Nyland, I'm never going to speak to you again as long as I live.
And since we have no water...
Seemed to bring him back to life. And it made me realize why, from the time I laid eyes on him till the day he died, there was never another man in my life.
Oh, Blanche, you were never tempted?
Never. Didn't you have your milk delivered?
Had a wonderful day. And thanks to Dorothy's expert tips, I made enough money to buy more art supplies.
Dorothy, I want to see you in the kitchen.
I'm sorry, Mom. A little busy.
Fine. I'll eat a bowl of chili and we'll talk later in your bedroom.
Coming, Mother.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Popcorn?
Oh, no, thanks.
So, you think he might still be in love with his ex-wife?
Well, they're still good friends. I mean, he talks about her all the time. I'm so sorry Helltown was canceled.
Frank, I'm sorry. Please tell me that's a Nehru jacket.
No, it's not.
Rose, let's go heat up the lasagna. Come on. Well, Rose, isn't that sweet? And I do love you for it, honey, but I just couldn't. I could never fit this trim little body into that big old tent of a dress they're going to have to make for you. Richard, you know I am very, very fond of you. But I think we have a problem.
A problem? Let's look at it.
Well, when you first proposed to me, the thing that scared me the most was the idea of being a mother again.
There must be a support group for people like me.
We're sorry, Dorothy, but the bylaws clearly state that any derogatory remarks about the king are grounds for immediate expulsion.
Maybe you ought to join an organization that is a little less fanatical in its...
Stay calm, cool, and collected.
Another hot dog, Mom?
Iron! I left 3 pins. I can't believe it.
I can't believe you can swing that.
Completely lost. Could you run that by me again?
After the lecture, Rose. Just like last week. Now, are there any newcomers here tonight?
Oh, right over here.
Rose, no.
Oh, please, stand up and introduce yourself.
A freak one-time thing. By the next morning, everything was back to normal.
You mean to tell me that every morning?
Charlie said that's why we didn't have headaches, and we both had really shiny.
Out again with what I now know.
Is Emily all right?
Oh, yeah, she's fine. We're just going to get something to eat.
How do you know she wants something to eat?
Because she keeps licking her lips and staring at my chest.
Let's discuss this in the kitchen so we don't wake Ma.
Oh, you're not going to wake up Sophia. She is exhausted.
I didn't hear her, but I did.
That is very sweet. Well, I guess we'll see each other at the Brookside.
Oh, I meant to ask you, by any chance, do you happen to know what happened to Big Daddy's pocket watch? Virginia says you took it after the funeral.
That pocket watch meant so much to me.
Oh, Ma, come here. I want you to taste this. Well?
Wouldn't it be easier to put a pillow over my face?
You couldn't eat, and without eating, you wouldn't be able to go on a diet, and if you couldn't do that, what will you do for the rest of your life? Was I harsh?
You could die before you get the bottle open.
What's the matter, honey? Aren't you feeling well?
Oh, just a little achy, that's all.
Achy? What kind of achy? Head achy? Stomach achy? Back achy? What achy?
Dorothy, relax. It's probably just a little cold. She'll be all right.
Yes, but I won't. I hear a story about somebody catching a cold and I...
Well, I was going to give it to Joni Winston, but if you're really that hungry, I'd still have time to make another one for the wedding. Of course, I have to address those 3,000 envelopes in the morning after I pick up the decorations for the hootenanny at the church. But that'll still give me plenty of time to wash cars in the afternoon and give blood before 7.
Help Blanche with the hors d'oeuvres.
What time's the birthday girl getting here?
I told Roberta to be here at 2 o'clock.
You think she suspects anything?
Please, the woman is 88. She still tries to find gun smoke on Sunday nights.
Dorothy, why don't you get the cake and we'll take all these things into the living room?
Good idea.
On the cover.
Oh, that doesn't say bad.
Right there, it does.
Oh, silly, those are my initials. Blanche Elizabeth Devereaux.
Your initials spell bed?
What am I gonna do? My God, I'm hallucinating.
You know how uncomfortable I am in front of a camera. Besides, I always come out looking like Fess Parker.
Don't worry, this is a documentary. It's okay if you're not good looking.
Rose, stop trying to appeal to my ego. The answer is no.
Oh, Sophie.
The fire. 3 times. Wow. The seldom achieved Joan of Arc fantasy triple. Sophia, I hate you.
I think I'm... You're the damn liar. I wouldn't sleep with you if you were the last man in creation. Now, why did you lie?
Well, the reason is
Why?
I was trying.
Why?
It all started.
Why?
Nobody ever listens to me.
Quit whining, you wimp, and tell me why you lied.
That is the reason. Nobody ever listens to me. They never have. I'm a wimp, just like you said.
Around the bed?
As enticing as the offer is, we really must pass.
Oh, scusamente. Oh, if you ladies don't want to party, there are plenty of younger girls who work here that'll take our money.
Girls who'll take their money. Do you know what he thinks we are? Waitresses?
Well, this year we just happened to have gotten a real actor, a star of incredible magnitude. Oh, Dorothy, the Miami Community Players are going to have the extraordinary experience of working with none other than the incandescent Mr. Patrick Bone.
Oh, my...
I have to say what I feel.
Miami has so much appeal.
A great place to get a seafood meal.
Miami.
And I don't trust. I can't put my finger on it.
I can. He's a lech.
No, that isn't it.
Oh, yes, it is, Rose. He made a pass at me.
Oh, my Lord. Oh, that's terrible. Dorothy, you'll be heartbroken.
Talk about you. So, where do you get your tar?
I lost my first husband in a tar pit. Excuse me.
Well, if it isn't Susan Armstrong.
Oh, and don't you look stupid. I could see there was something about Alvin that wasn't right.
Ma, he has Alzheimer's disease. I met his daughter down at the boardwalk. She said that when he first started wandering off, she followed him everywhere.
So you have to ask yourself, do you feel lucky? Well, do you? Punk!
Go ahead, make her day. Wait, Sophia, where are you going? To my room.
Oh, you can't. It could be dangerous.
Please, I'm 80. Bathtubs are dangerous.
But what happens when there's only one of us left?
Don't worry, I can take care of myself.
Easy, easy. Ma, that's my best china. You got it for me when I got married. You remember?
John! Oh, I'll go get Dorothy. Won't you have a seat?
Mrs. Petrillo! It's John Moretti. Well,
I'm over the hill. That's all there is to it. Guess I'm just in the same boat as the two of you. Hello? Yes? All right. Goodbye. What do you know? Floyd McCallum has taken me sailing today.
Why did Clayton say the two of you slept together if you hadn't?
Because he's trying to hide something about himself from Blanche. I don't even feel right saying it out loud. Maybe if I just whispered it.
But I was not going to let it break us up. We are staying together. I don't care what happens. We are family. We are a team.
Come on, everybody. Group hug. Hi, Blanche. Have you decided who you're going to be at the masquerade ball?
Yes, I'm going as Eve from the Garden of Eden. All I'll need is a few strategically placed leaves.
What about a snake?
Louder next time. My heart's still beating.
I'm sorry, we thought you were Mario.
You'll have to scream louder than that if you're going to kill him. Hi, everybody. What's going on?
Oh, Ma. Welcome back, sweetheart.
It all happened so fast. He grabbed her. She bit him. He stuffed her in his calamari wagon and sped away. And that, dear grandchildren, is how my parents met.
Oh, Dorothy.
Listen, this is not just going to go away, Rose.
I know. But I think the first step is for me to make that call.
Her husband, the man who perfected the hot dog.
Oscar Mayer. Ma, you're not making any sense.
All right, Dorothy, let me level with you. All my life, I've been the practical one. Your father was the dreamer. So when this opportunity came along, I could...
Oh, why not? I mean, the day's shot anyway. Great. And after I can take you to dinner. How about that little seafood place near the Fontainebleau where we run our honeymoon?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
If memory serves me correctly, the last time we excused ourselves before the main course and rushed back to the hotel.
On your blouse. See, I laugh in the face of death.
Ma, stop it. I don't want to hear about this dream that is making you act reckless. The doctor says it was a lack of oxygen that made you hallucinate.
All right. I won't tell you what your father said. I won't say another word. The light!
Run out and get pregnant.
We have a lot of features here to create the right environment for both you and baby. That's why we have music piped into every room.
So, Mama, what do you think? I think it would cost less to squat in the Laura Ashley showroom. I just don't understand it. I forbade her to go, and she looked me straight in the eye and walked out that door.
Honey, you have to understand. Look, Lucy is experiencing her first taste of freedom. She's going through a rebellious stage. On Buddy Rourke, and after a couple of phone calls, I found out he had just retired after 45 years in the records department of the Army Pension Office.
I don't get it.
That's how he knew about Charlie. They never served together. He just read his file.
But he knew all those things about...
Friday will be fine.
Thank you for your help.
You know, as long as you're here, have you given any thought to planning ahead for your own final farewell?
Well, not yet, but when I do, I intend to go out with a bang.
And she means that.
Group. Am I right? Am I in? Am I a nun yet?
She watches a lot of Jeopardy.
No. You look at each one and tell me what you see. It's a standard test used by psychologists, but we find it useful.
Ma, I have a feeling you're lying.
Be positive,
Okay, I'm positive you're lying.
This is terrible.
Trick move from your checkers by mail partner?
No, it's from the company Charlie worked for. They've gone bankrupt, and so is their...
Incident which occurred between my sister Virginia and me when we were in high school. Now, can you believe that one's very own sister could seduce her sibling's boyfriend on the eve of that sibling's senior prom?
Virginia did that to you.
No, I did that to Virginia. She deserved it. She borrowed my saddle shoes without asking.
Everybody, listen to this. Alex Trebek and the Jeopardy people are auditioning contestants in Miami. They're coming here. Jeopardy! Oh, it's my favorite show! Wowee!
Yes, Pussycat. Jeopardy is your favorite.
Take her to lunch. Sure. With the size of our estate, I think we can afford lunch.
So that's it. That's the big secret. Charlie was a nice guy.
Oh, I'm sorry it lacked the intrigue of the Duncan Osgood case.
But isn't it amazing how things always work out?
You're telling me Al is dead? Yes. A heart attack is crazy. He was a runner. He couldn't have a heart attack. I'm talking, so it can't be true. You know what I mean? If I keep talking, it isn't true. All I have to do is...
Something between us. Would you consider having dinner with me tonight?
Jeepers, yes! Wow, wait till Blanche and Dorothy hear about
It'll
this.
have to be our secret for the time being. I'm in the middle of a messy divorce, and if the reporters get hold of it...
Oh, I understand. I read People magazine.
Well then, until tonight...
Problem is, I just don't know what it is you like about me. See, I'm used to men liking me for my looks, at least partly, and you don't.
I sure don't. As a matter of fact, I'm glad I never have to look at you.
What I was thinking back then. I still look Fat Sullivan on Sunday nights. The scary part is, sometimes I find him.
Ma, why can't you make me happy? I want to do this.
Okay, if a trip down memory lane is gonna make... Drop dead.
Blanche, whatever happened to getting beyond your ego?
My ego has nothing to do with it. These drawings are brilliant.
Blanche, I have lived with these characters all my life, and I'm the one to determine if your drawings are brilliant, and that one needs work.
What's wrong with it?
Well, you forgot Melvin the Loneliest Sea Otter.
Can't believe one stupid mistake on my part could undo all of that.
Oh, believe it. It was one hell of a stupid mistake.
Well, was I the first guy to ever go through a midlife crisis and react that way?
Probably not. But you were the first one I was married to.
Dorothy, hear me out. I know what you're thinking.
Head for dinner.
Rose, I'm not psychic. I just know Stan's idea of a night on the town.
You know, actually, it wasn't so bad. I kind of enjoyed myself. Well, I didn't have to work to impress him, and he knew he didn't have a prayer of impressing me, so we just kind of relaxed and had fun. We're doing it again tomorrow night. It's going through. You know, like when Clay was in high school, all he ever wanted to do was go see gladiator movies. It's the same kind of thing.
Almost exactly. Rose, honey, congratulations! I hear you've been nominated again for the Volunteer of the Year award.
Yup. Bill has men chasing her, and I can't even get one to write me a letter.
You want Billy, you got him. What's wrong with him? There's nothing wrong with him. Okay, so he's 90. He has the profile of a tom turkey, and his butt hits his heels when he walks. He thinks he can pull it off because he wears an ascot and a joint.
And then go climb back under your slimy rock with all the rest of your slimy friends. And don't you ever call here again. Dorothy, call Stan.
Blanche, why don't you admit what you did? You made a mistake.
Then I said to myself, Blanche, too much rouge. So, after a few minor adjustments, may I present the new Sophia
A hug and forget this ever happened.
You bet we can. Come here, you two.
Oh, I'm glad we're friends again.
Oh, me too.
Listen, Blanche, now that we have you telling the truth, give you so much more than I can. You'd live in a mansion, you'd have servants, you'd do your grocery shopping with Bert Convy.
And you'll have your space, and you can sit home on Friday night and become an old maid like your Aunt Regina, and you won't have to listen to me nag.
Then I guess it's all settled. Little Pakistani restaurant. Indian. Cocktails consisted of warm beer in 2 different shaped glasses. He did the ordering for you, would not let you see the menu, and when he paid the bill, he got change back from a 10.
A 5.
Dorothy, that's amazing. Try me now. I'll think about what I have.
Cup of tea.
Oh, sure as Stanley. Anything you want, sweetheart.
Dorothy, come on, you have to start being nice to her, otherwise she's not going to give us that money.
Look, you ask her for it. She wouldn't refuse you.
You've got to do it, Dorothy. It would break Mama's heart if she knew I was a failure. To her, I have the business sense of a Rockefeller, the looks of a Gary Cooper.
The man's as gay as a picnic basket.
Ma, that... Oh, great. What are we supposed to do now?
Back in Minnesota, we'd settle this kind of a dispute with some good-natured log rolling.
Sorry, Rose, my log is in the shop. What do we do now? Toss a coin?
Okay.
All right.
To a bad guy. It's okay to lie to a bad guy.
You see that? There's so many things we as the public don't understand.
All right, I'm gonna take this creep out front and read him his rights. Somebody call the station and tell him to get down here, and I need some handcuffs right away.
Head, it would crush her.
Well, then it's time to ship Isaac Newton to Saskatchewan.
Dorothy, you can't send a citrus farmer to Saskatchewan. How's he going to make a living?
Excuse me, next time we invent a person, let's make sure that he has a trade that travels.
Besides, I'm kind of proud of the job we've done on Isaac. I'd hate to see him go.
Ma, thank God you're here.
Arrested for prostitution. I can't believe it.
Sophia, we're innocent.
I know that. I can't believe these dumb cops would think anyone would pay money to sleep with you.
Cork a bottle of cold duck and slip into my Fredericks of Hollywood ostrich feather nightie.
Just because of rain tapping at your window?
Oh, I thought she said Wayne. My mistake, sorry.
Ma, where are you going?
To the market. Why are you going in the rain?
Should be admired like a fine work of art.
You need boots to listen to this guy.
Daddy, I want you to meet my best friend. This is Rose.
John.
Who he is. Have you actually said anything or not? And if he's heard it as someone he really isn't, has anything you've said actually been heard?
Sorry, I wasn't listening.
She wants to know what to do.
Beginning of a passionate romance. And tonight I've decided to wear it with clothes.
Girls, I did it again. I won another giveaway.
Oh, what did you win this time? A vasectomy?
Even better.
Has 2 double rooms.
I'm afraid we're all booked up. First you give away our rooms, and now you're telling us you're booked up?
That's correct, madam.
It is. Hey, I'm pretty sharp for 3 in the morning. Here, let me handle this. Nancy, honey. Now, I don't generally like to throw my name around, but you really leave me no.
Rose, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Well, I just thought you ought to know.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
I won't bother you again.
Good night.
Oh, please, Blanche, please. I'm too scared to go back to my room. This kind of thing is always frightens.
We can't go through an entire dinner holding these hearts in front of us.
Dorothy's right. How will we cut our meat?
Look, either we do this or we don't do it. Now, what's it going to be?
We go at the count of 3. Ready? 1, 2.
Our paths crossed here so they could cheer us up. Excuse me, Mr. Clown, could you do something to put smiles on the faces of 3 gloomy cusses?
Buzz off, lady. I'm on a cigarette break.
100 times you cannot get pregnant using the toilet at the mall.
I'll bet it's a boy. You're carrying really high on the front.
I'm not having a baby. I'm getting a baby. I got a telegram that my Uncle Hingablotter had passed away and left me...
Now, Sophia, remember, honey, play hard to get. It drives a man crazy.
Yeah. Read that somewhere, did you?
Play hard to get, play hard to get, play hard to get. Take me here, take me now.
But what doesn't?
Cake's done. 45 minutes.
Gee, I wonder why Ma isn't back from the market yet.
Oh, she probably stopped to rest on a bench, poor thing.
Oh, honey, her problem is not physical. She could do a lot more if she...
I took you to the hospital. It's not a big leap.
about the name of the father?
I was artificially inseminated.
It was the father's last wish. That and that people should be able to visit Graceland.
With the possible exception of Mrs. Stouffer. Enjoy your shots.
Dorothy, why don't I just show Angela where she'll be staying?
Good idea. You get yourself settled and then we can catch up on family.
Okay. You know, Dorothy, Blanche here could be the identical twin of your cousin Apollonia. Apollonia was a stunningly beautiful woman.
Oh,
Meant for me.
I called every guy I know, and they all came up with the same lame excuse.
What?
I don't want to go.
Good morning. Dorothy, do you have a date yet?
I don't want to go.
Dorothy, I'll get you a date. You can borrow one of my extras.
Myra, please.
Who's on the phone?
Oh, it's that woman from the restaurant again.
Give me the phone.
So, you're Myra. Who am I? Some call me Sophia, others know me as the Terminator. Ooh. Hello, did I mention I died?
Oh, hi, Ma. Where you been?
Out. After yesterday, I decided to take the time and stop and smell the roses.
Oh, that's nice, Ma.
And you know where they have great roses? At the dog track in Rothers, you put a pillow over my face. How could I sleep with that racket?
What racket?
Your pencil.
My pencil?
You're pressing too hard.
Productive if we conducted things in a more orderly fashion.
But you see what we have to put up with. She's an airhead. Oh, yeah, well, you're a barbell.
That's a dumbbell, you twit.
Ladies, please calm down. Now, who can give us an example that will illustrate exactly what you're trying to say about Rose?
If you mean that... Hey, my middle finger's the longest.
Mr. Porter, I came as soon as I could.
Miss Bornak, I'm glad you're here. We've got a problem. It's your mother.
What about her?
I don't know where she is. I don't know where any of them are. She took some of our...
I need both my kidneys. You know what'll happen if I give her one? My ankles will swell, my eyes will puff up. I'll look just like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Blanche, that does not happen. You can live just fine with one kidney.
I can't eat this food. I'm going to bed. I'll just take a leap anymore. I just lie there waiting for the authorities to catch up with me. Every siren I hear I know is for me. Every footstep outside my window belongs to that obsessive detective who will not rest until he tracks me down.
Blanche, you are being ridiculous. I am.
What the hell, you paid? Look, I can deal with losing some of my memory. If I didn't have to remember what's her name over here, I wouldn't care. But Sal was the most important person in my life, and scrapbooks aren't doing the trick.
Time for today's sensible meal. Where's my tuna quiche? You heard me.
Natural things, hard to believe, strange things that do happen.
Probably more than any of us knows. What do you say we throw a sheet over our heads and go scare Rose?
Right.
Well, I have to prepare for our next arrival, and actually, I'm rather excited. It's a televangelist.
Why is that exciting?
We've never had one here before.
So, this is heaven.
Sophia! Sophia!
Hey, who's that?
Mama!
Prepared for death.
For somebody else's death, I have a stunning black dress.
Well, if I thought about it, the fact that I will die, then how can I take seriously most of the things I take seriously?
Like
eating, for example.
I don't shout. I'm a very quiet person. I even wear quiet clothes. All solids.
I'm quiet, too.
Then we'll be fine.
I just don't want the others to know you're here.
They'll never know.
In the morning, we're getting up early to play golf. You can leave while they're gone.
Great.
4 and 10 is 14, and a double letter score is 18, 19, 20, 23, and a triple word score makes a total of 69 points. I win.
Wait a minute. There is no such word as that.
There certainly is.
Fine, I'll look it up. And if it isn't in the dictionary... I called.
I canceled.
What do you mean?
We are not giving away Fluffy, Muffy, Buffy, and Joanne.
Rose, they are non-breeding minks who eat their weight in food every day, Joanne.
We are not giving them away, Dorothy. I mean, this is their home
They
now.
eat their weight in food every day?
When I'm depressed, so do I. You?
Oh, a person cannot open a letter anymore without being accosted by some vile, disgusting thing. I thought it was against the law to send filth like this through the mail.
Oh, no. What is it, Blanche?
A letter from the IRS.
I don't know what happened. I came in, she was joking. This isn't working.
Dorothy? Where am I?
Sophia.
We do a lot of things real people do.
Except for one very important thing. Boy, is that going to put a hitch in Dorothy's plans.
Hello, I'm Rose Nyland. You must be Frank. It's a pleasure to finally meet you.
Thank you, Rose.
In the Middle East.
Giving the Palestinians Greenland? I didn't know that was you. You were great.
Giving the Palestinians Greenland?
It's a big place.
We?
Let me finish. Miles, maybe you did it because you're just a little nervous about us getting married.
Well, I am a little.
Well, that's because we're rushing into it for some free honeymoon, not because we're ready. And Dorothy,
I just wonder what she wants, the conniving little witch. You're welcome, Maurice.
Let's make a toast.
With water?
Well, I can't drink.
You never could. One Jack Daniels and you'd disappear with half a fraternity house.
oh, Dorothy, what crossword puzzle are you doing?
Sunday, New York Times. In ink.
Oh, that's too bad.
Tragic.
Terrible.
But there's hope.
What?
There's really nothing wrong with Baby, physically.
He has a mental problem.
4 grown women decide to live with a pig, and he's the one with a mental problem?
Well, I wouldn't exactly call it a
32 years of marriage, laid off from your job at grief counseling. Hobbies, cheese making. Stamp collecting and Viking history.
We're going to go on national television in clothes we slept in all night.
We'll look like hell. We'll be exhausted. We won't be able to answer any questions.
Would you stop complaining? We've got it easy. Back in Sicily, I was on a game show. It was torture.
What was it called, Sophia?
I just told you, torture. Mussolini asked the
Responsibility, like if you're missing any jewelry or they kill you.
out of here alive.
Ma, will you calm down? You are in the finest hospital in Florida. Nothing is going to go wrong.
Okay, Mrs. Petrillo. Let's see if we can get you patched up, huh? Thank you, Rose.
You know, I'm really looking forward to Becky's visit, even though she is in a delicate condition.
Yeah, knocked up and single. How dainty.
Now, I think it's great that she's brave enough to have that baby by herself.
Look who's talking. The president of Knocked Up and Single.
Sophia, I failed to listen to my children. And you don't see any of them visiting here now, do you?
I don't even see my hand in front of my face.
Glad you're making a lot of sense.
I guess we were so busy trying to protect our kids, we took it out on each other. Dorothy, I think I owe you an apology.
Live longer than I will.
Sophia, you know how much it means to a mother to talk to her child on Mother's Day?
I remember one Mother's Day I spent with somebody else's mother. I was on my way back to St. Olaf. I was stuck in this little bus station.
You know, I think I'd almost forgotten what... I'm shocked. It was back in high school. I was dating the quarterback of the football team. All the major colleges were trying to recruit him. I was pretty sure he was leaning toward Notre Dame because he asked me how to spell it.
Except for the one I prepared. Laughter from the crowd. First of all, I would like to thank all the little people who have made tonight possible. Thank you, little people. Smile for...
I'm beginning to like her.
Me too.
You're going to have a lot of fun together.
Oh, Dorothy, nobody can replace you.
Oh, Dorothy, I can't believe it. You're going to walk down that aisle and you won't be home tonight.
Oh, I'm going to miss you.
Dorothy, how would you feel if you dropped dead and nobody showed up at your funeral?
Well, it's probably a personal thing, but for me, I think dropping dead would be the bigger disappointment.
I know there are going to be tons of people at my funeral.
How can you be so sure?
Because I was at my funeral when I was 60. Nothing but no good money-grubbing trash. Oh, baby, forgive me.
Get a hold of yourself.
Rose, I apologize.
Rose, so do I. Oh, Rose, can you ever forgive us? Rose.
It's okay, fella. Well, I don't mind if I do. Nice place you got here. Well, thank you. Can I offer you something? Coffee, tea, scraps from last night's dinner?
Oh, you're pulling my tail.
Aren't you a little old for imaginary friends?
Oh, on television. Ever. It's in stereo, for Pete's sake.
Oh, I'd like to see my niece.
Sure, come on in.
Blanche, I can't believe you're here. I mean, haven't you embarrassed me enough already?
Lucy, can we please talk in private?
Whatever you have to say to me, you can say right here.
You better keep an eye on her.
Oh, you're right. You better stick to her like a tight shirt on a sweaty farmhand. You know the type with the big biceps and the hairy chest just glistening in the hot sun? I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
This isn't meant to impress you. This is just to get you tipsy.
Richard, you rascal.
You know, I've made a lot of money, and I've seen a lot of the world. But there's still one thing in my life that's missing.
What?
Someone to share it with.
I was hoping...
Hey, Harry, flip on the game, will you?
Not another game. Oh, come on, Tina, let's go. I'll see you back at the house.
This from a woman who wears more padding on her chest than Johnny Bench.
Good morning. I can't take time for breakfast. I'm late. See you later.
Rose, aren't you forgetting something?
Oh. Sorry, Mama.
Rose, it's me.
My arms around Mother Nature and giving her a big kiss. Hi, you must be Dorothy.
And you must be Mrs. Rogers.
No, but we have a Mrs. Rogers at the Grief Center. Oh, and there's a Mrs. Rogers lives across the street. And then, of course, there's Dale Evans, the most famous Mrs. Rogers at the mall.
I'll draw a face on my hand.
Ma, what are you doing up?
I've got an hour till my paper route starts, so I thought I'd do some chin-ups. I was worried about Rose. I'm a member of this family, too.
I'm sorry. Ma, that's really very sweet, considering that we have to get up so darn early.
The way the fortune it took Daddy a lifetime to build.
Kirsten, it's not that simple.
Just tell me how it happened. How could you go through everything Daddy earned?
I don't know. Bad investments. I guess I got a little greedy. You know, get-rich-quick scheme. Everybody, look what I have. Where did you find the... Don't say it. Don't say it. What is our name?
This is Danny.
Dorothy, what in the world is that?
It's a flounder, Blanche. What do you think it is?
What's that, baby? Dorothy, this is unbelievable. Look at this.
Heart surgeon turns out to be produce manager at A&P.
Further over.
Miami retailers to sponsor songwriting contest?
The Miami retailers are awarding $10,000 to the person who bothers you. Put a pillow over my face. How could I sleep with that racket?
What racket?
Your pencil.
My pencil?
You're pressing too hard. Pleasure to my life.
Where would they read that, Will Blanche? The Astrodome?
Or maybe I just do something like, to my sister Virginia, I hereby bequeath my diamond brooch, my collection of Wedgwood china, and all my stock in AT&T.
You have stock in AT&T?
I don't have it.
Now, you have been carrying on for a week. It was only a toy animal.
Fernando was more than that. He was full of life. He was full of love.
He was full of stuffing, Rose. Now, look, you've got to get a grip on yourself.
I'm sorry. I know I'm behaving like a fool. But one day he came home early and he found Gretchen and Buddy in, how will I say it, a most indelicate situation.
What did he do?
Well, he yelled at them to stop, but they wouldn't, so he turned the hose on them. He turned the hose on?
Can turn right around and spit in your face.
I'm sorry, Ma.
Few months, huh? That should give me enough time to finish the scarf.
Did they have chores in Sicily?
Are you kidding? They invented chores in Sicily. Crossing the street without getting pregnant was a chore in Sicily.
Rose never mentioned Sicily.
Real cold feels like. I guess I've gotten used to tropical weather.
You here all the way from Nebraska?
Miami.
Miami. That closer to Omaha or Lincoln?
Gee, it's great to be home. They told me in Minneapolis that I could change buses here.
Dorothy, you think Bud's gonna like this dress?
Oh, yeah. That plunging neckline will really show off his chest hair.
Well, the last time I wore this dress was at the 1972 presidential inauguration. I ended the evening dancing in the arms of the president. And the next morning I was
into a restaurant and ends up sharing a table with a dashing young Frenchman. They drink, they talk, they burn a cork, and draw mustaches on each other.
What?
Just wanted to see if you were listening. Anyway, the next thing she knows, it's hours later. The place is empty, and the Frenchman...
John! Oh, I'll go get Dorothy. Won't you have a seat?
Mrs. Petrillo! It's John Moretti. Well,
Invited me yesterday after the movies. He invited me yesterday after dinner.
This was bound to happen. The two of you have been running that man ragged for weeks. It's no wonder he got confused. Hello?
Confused? How could he possibly confuse this young, nubile body with that raisin in it? Thank you.
and your signet ring.
That isn't mine.
Oh, well, then we square. Blanche, you were right. What do we have without trust?
You an apology. I was angry at the world because I couldn't see it anymore. That's why I wanted you to take care of me. I didn't think it was worth the effort to do it myself. But you didn't give me any other choice. So I went back to that school. And once I got out there and...
You bimbo.
How childish to resort to name-calling, you Jezebel.
Floozy.
Tramp.
I am a tramp. Blanche, have you heard the latest ad campaigns? Join the Navy, see the world.
Rose, you idiot. There's no way I'm ever gonna pass for a man. Dorothy, trade with me?
Go to hell, Myron. Rose, I don't want to wear this.
Oh, come on. I looked in the yearbook and you're a dead ringer for Cindy Lou Peoples.
I don't know.
Trust me, it'll work.
Here and hit those books.
Oh, if you want a diploma, you have to apply yourself. Do you think Bob Hope got all those degrees without studying?
Rose, let me handle this. Listen, Blanche, nobody said that going back to... Doctor, we have been together for 5 years, and we're just getting on each other's nerves.
Why? Why is that?
Because Dorothy is impossible to live with. That's right.
The real problem is you, Blanche. You are selfish.
Oh, please. Everybody says what a giving person I am. She's talking...
I have a problem.
I'll say. You should never have stopped using that depilatory.
Ma, I'm up here.
Oh!
Ma, Rose isn't talking.
Italian cook.
Everybody's a comedian today.
Rose, everything okay down at the counseling center?
Yes, finally. We had a manic depressive overload. But luckily, Dr. Ferguson had heard some new knock-knock jokes, and that seemed to do the trick.
Knock-knock?
Who's there?
I don't.
Your dowry check bounced.
What dowry check?
Your father gave us a check for $2 million when we agreed to let you marry Phil.
$2 million for Phil? Wasn't exactly...
सवारी मारे भाया जयंती मारे भाया सवारी मारे भाया कोहरा गड़ा गाना होऊचु बाहेर चिरणे मशी झुकाऊचु 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 यह गलिये भय मन भी बोल छाया मधन्ने बिताऊचु हरी यार सवारी सवारी मारे भाया जयंती मारे भाया सवारी मारी बारी सारी लोक झुरर झंडा बायारो भड़कर देख सारी लोक झुरर झंडा बायारो भड़कर